And what I started to realize, man,
Yeah.
is that my service to my wife had limitations.
Yeah, yeah.
It was transactional.
Transactional, yeah. I got you.
I'm telling you,
Right.
If a man wants to test to see where he
Yeah.
really is with God, let me tell you what. When you're not getting the draws,
Yeah.
how are you serving
How are you
your wife?
serving your wife? Yeah.
When you're not getting what you want,
Yeah.
When the food
Yeah.
is not prepared,
Sure.
That's how I learned how to cook, Snell.
Yeah.
because my wife was in school,
Hey.
and I come home looking around, trying to figure out where she go
Pastor
cook.
Edmonds, he's a tremendous cook out here.
I got real good.
What's good, everybody? It is Friday night, and the weekend is here. And I'm excited to welcome you to the Weekend Exhale with BOL. I want you to know that this weekend, it is a King's Table weekend. It's not exclusive, but it was created and crafted to create a space where men could talk, share, be equipped, and get encouraged. But if you're a lady and you want to get a little insight into how men think, what makes us tick, we're glad to have you here with us as well. Do me a quick favor before we get into it. If you don't mind being a digital disciple, be an Apple apostle, be an electronic evangelist, even if you're under the Android anointing, you can still help. Because this conversation tonight about the difference between being a leader and being the boss is going to be critical. Matter of fact, I think it's going to bless everybody. So make sure you do me a favor. Go ahead and copy that link, send it to 4, 5, 10 people, and go ahead and build our audience as we get into it tonight. Again, we're grateful to have back in the studio tonight Dr. Myron Edmunds. He was with us here just a week ago. He is an international speaker. He is an author. He's got 25 years of pastoral experience, and he is also, the architect and the founder of the Men's Winning Circle. And what it is, it's hard to kind of define, but I refer to it as a movement that has literally been crafted by the hand of God through him to help build men and equip them to be able to grow in the things that really matter the most, or to win in the things that matter the most. And so, Dr. Edmonds, we're glad to have you back here with us again. So, those who don't know, we go way back to, I think, our lives collided here at Oakwood in the fall of 1995, and we've been rolling together ever since, man. And so when the Lord really began to put this on my heart, because the ladies, they were doing their things with Girls Night In, and they're just living it up.
Man. I was wondering when you were going to give us our turn, man.
Give us our turn. Yeah. So there was a cry from those with the opposite chromosome that said, listen, we need a space,
Give us a space
where we can talk, man. And honestly, man, as soon as I said yes to God, I was just like, it was very clear that the Lord wanted you to come, and we're grateful for what you shared with us last time. I'm glad to have you here with us tonight. So this evening, Pastor, we gonna pick in high cotton, as they would say.
Oh man, okay.
And we're gonna have the conversation for men on the subject being the leader versus being the boss.
Lord have mercy.
Since you are the expert in all things,
You just
men,
trying to get me in trouble with the women right now. I see it.
I'm going to shift all the heat over in your direction. So, but we know we're going to have a good time.
Yep.
So, first question I want to ask is, we hear the term, the husband is the leader of the home. The husband is the leader, the head of the home. So I guess my first question is, do you agree with that term? Like,
We're coming out with that.
We're coming out with it. Yeah, is the husband is the head? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's as controversial as it sounds, but maybe. What's your thought?
It is controversial for some, I think.
For some, yeah.
But I will say this: I do feel that men are leaders.
Okay, men are leaders
in their homes.
Okay.
And so are women. No, but here's where the controversy is. I probably get in more trouble with men on this than I do with women.
Okay.
I believe God's initial ideal.
Mm-hmm.
I do think there was a reason why God created man first.
Sure.
But it's not for the same reasons I think that a lot of men assume.
Yeah.
I think God created a man first so that a man could see his need.
You're tiptoeing. Yes,
that he can't do it by himself.
Correct.
I mean, look at the
Yeah.
text. Look at the
It is.
sequence.
The
and
sequence.
chronology.
Yeah.
The chronology is that, God creates him. He has a planet. So let's just, for our modern conversation,
Sure.
he had a job. You know what I'm saying? He
Yep.
had a house. He
Yep.
had a relationship with God. Don't leave
Yep.
that part out.
That's it. Yeah.
He had a face-to-face relationship with God.
Yeah.
And
Soon as he got the breath of life, first thing he saw was the
as soon
face
as
of
he
God.
got the breath of
Yeah.
life. Come
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
1974, brother.
1974.
And listen, man, he did not even know all this talk about, and he was lonely. He didn't know he was alone until
Right.
God told him.
Yeah.
He had named the animals.
Yeah.
Right? And he
Yeah.
didn't even know it until God told him. He said, it is not good that man should be alone. Now,
Yeah.
when did he say that? He said that after he told him there's a tree,
Yeah.
and I don't want you fooling with it.
Yeah.
Then he said, you know what? It's not good that you be alone. I think God did that sequentially on purpose to show man that he cannot handle temptation. He cannot handle the spiritual warfare. He can't handle the relationship with God
Wow.
on his own.
On his own. Wow.
And so then he built the woman. That's what the original language says, that he built her and pulled it from his side.
Yeah.
Not from his feet.
Yeah.
That's what the folks say.
Sure.
That's how they preached it back in the
Yeah.
day. But I do believe that both of them were equal. Look at what the text says in the original language about the description for women. Please don't miss this. It matters.
Yeah.
The woman is defined as a surrounding, a
Yeah.
defender.
Yeah.
These are the same words
Come
used
on
for
now.
God in the Psalms.
Yeah.
What did Adam need a surrounding and defense from?
Wow.
Himself.
Himself. Yeah.
Right? Well, now we know the whole thing crashed and burned.
Yeah.
But my point is I think God's idea before sin
Yeah.
was equality, but different.
Yeah.
Different,
Yeah.
different in terms of their
Yeah.
biology, different
Sure.
in terms of their service to each other.
Each other, yeah.
But they both needed each other
Yeah.
in order to survive. Of course, the result of that was,
Yeah.
look, he wanted to dominate the woman.
Sure. Yeah.
Right? And that, to me, is a post-sin, a post-lapsarian is what the way we would say it in
Yeah.
theological realms. The mindset that a man is a boss. And the idea that man is head, to me, is God's response to the sinful nature
Yeah.
of men to want to dominate women.
Yeah. Even when it I think it's there in Genesis 3 where it talks about where God lays out the curse or lays out the result. He talks about how, he'll be the head of the wife and he'll rule over you.
That's right.
I don't think that's God pronouncing his will.
That's not prescription.
I think God is just saying this is going to be the result of this choice.
Yes.
Whereas I created man, you are with not a dependence on one another, but an interdependence, man, a co-equal thing that would reflect the Godhead itself. But now, because of this choice,
That's right.
there's going to be a misalignment. You're going to always be off, and there's going to be this competing for headship or authority. And so, man, so everything that we talk about, even this conversation, is, man, just a radical, man, shift left from what God designed for human relationships.
He gave them both dominion.
Yeah, yeah,
And Genesis 1:27 says
Yeah.
that they both were given dominion.
yeah,
They both were given authority.
Yeah.
They both were given those things.
Yeah.
But what does sin do?
Yeah.
Sin convolutes the thing,
It
and now
does.
we want to dominate each other.
Each
They
other.
were given dominion over the planet,
Yeah.
not dominion
Over
over
each other. Yeah.
And so, to your point, and a lot of people confuse this. I've told you, I put a post on social media, and it went viral simply because a lot of people believe
Yeah.
that after sin, that was prescribed. Because you sin, the
Yeah.
punishment
The
now
punishment is, yeah.
that this is how it's going to be. When
Yep.
God was really saying, this is the result of
Yep.
y'all not doing
Yeah.
what I had
Yeah.
the joint perfectly
Yeah.
set up
Yeah.
in the first place.
Yeah.
What you said was is there is a model because they were made in the image of God.
in the image of God. Yeah,
The Trinity, the
Yeah.
Father, the Spirit, the Son, they all working
Yeah.
together in equality, but with
Yep.
different roles.
Yeah.
That was God's intent.
Yeah.
His intent wasn't for us to be dominating
Yeah.
each other.
Man, it's funny because even Philippians 2:6 talks about how Christ did not seek equality with God as
That's
something
right.
to be grasped.
Yes.
But he lowered himself. Or even when you look at the way the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, kind of operate, they don't compete with each other for authority. What they actually do is they submit to one another and exalt one another. So when Jesus was here, all he did was exalt the Father and he exalted the Holy Spirit. But then he says the Holy Spirit's going to come. He's going to testify about me and then just kind of reveal the Father. And then even the Father, when Jesus went to the glory, gave him a name that's above every name. So even God didn't really lay out a hierarchy. He kind of
That's
laid
right.
out roles that kind
We
of
can't
operated.
help but move the hierarchy for a number of reasons, but I think the main reason is hierarchical leadership is a part of the sin nature.
Sin nature. But let me ask you this, though. Even when we talk about the husband or the man being the leader or the head, it can have an ominous tone to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, this may be unique and maybe I'm wrong, but even as in the counseling I do with some couples, whether in premarital or marital, one of the frustrations that women express is at times that the husband is not leading.
That's right.
In other words, it's not, man, he won't follow my lead. It's not, man, he's not doing, he's not, following the tone I'm setting. It's almost like she's frustrated, like, man, I'm trying to kind of hand it over to him, but somehow it keeps kind of falling back in my lap. I don't know. Has that been a part?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
all right.
Absolutely.
So leadership is not something women are rejecting.
No, not at all. I think it's the opposite.
Gotcha.
Let's just level set for like the reality of what's happening in many of our relationships right now. I think women want men to lead.
They want to lead. Okay.
But I think men's definition of leadership sometimes is influenced by worldly definitions and understanding of it. So I'll just in the simple definition would be servant leadership.
Servant leadership,
right? And it's spiritual leadership is what they're looking for.
It's really what it is. Yeah.
I've asked wives, like, what do you mean you want him to lead?
Yeah.
She wants him to take the initiative in providing covering.
Yeah.
She wants him to take the initiative in leading the family into the presence of God.
Yeah.
She wants him to take the initiative in serving and having vision for the house.
Right.
Look, my wife is better than I am in finance.
Okay.
But my wife still wants me to take the initiative in calling the meetings for the finances.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Like,
gotcha.
That's a part of, as we said in the previous podcast, women need security.
Yeah.
And leadership says security.
Yeah.
That I'm thinking about this family.
Sure.
A lot of brothers want to lead, but they only want to lead outside the home. And this was my problem.
Ooh.
I was leading outside the home.
Okay.
And so it drained my desire to want to provide leadership in the home.
In the home.
So a lot of brothers, they get home, they give the leftovers.
Yeah, we're giving the first fruits out there, and the
then
remains.
We come home and you slowful.
Yeah.
And so that's what my wife said. She was like, dude, you Superman at church,
but
you Clark Kent at home. And it's amazing. Some of these guys, man, they're killing it. Man, they're CEOs, they're doctors, they're lawyers, they have all these titles.
Right.
But these brothers, when they get home, brother, they're just like any other man.
Got nothing to give.
No power.
Yeah.
No authority. No oomph to their leadership because and maybe we'll talk about this. I think brothers are less confident when it comes to leading spiritually than they are confident when it comes to leading in the other ways. They just don't know how.
Yeah. Question, do you even have a sense of what percentage of men saw a template in their home for what good spiritual leadership looked like? I mean, I'm not asking for a specific number or percentage, but is there a sense that there are a lot of men who they got that, they saw it?
No, they didn't get it. We can just assume they didn't.
Gotcha, okay.
Even if they were raised in the church.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily equate to spiritual leadership. Right. And I don't know if, so here's something I've been saying for years.
Okay.
Fellas, just hear me. I'm for you, but I just want to be honest.
Yeah.
When I was pastoring, what I often found is that men would become elders in the church, and they would become elders based on less spiritual qualifications than a woman would.
Yeah.
Now, in our belief system, both men and women can serve as elders.
Sure.
Or as ordained elders.
Yep.
If a woman becomes an elder in a church, bro, she got to be qualified.
Yeah, she got to be full of the Holy Ghost.
She got to be full of the Holy Ghost.
Overt and obvious way.
Right, and leading souls to Christ. Yeah. And normally when she becomes one, it's late.
Yep. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But a man
she ain't 30.
Yeah. Or she's done so much that we can't even deny her anymore, right?
Yeah.
But a man can get in by virtue of the fact that he is a man, as we said before.
Yeah.
He hadn't committed any obvious sins.
Yeah.
His family life looks in order. He got a certain job and a career. All this does is just reinforce positional leadership and not spiritual leadership.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Some dudes got power and some dudes don't.
Some don't.
And I'm saying we got power outside the home, but we we have no power in the home because you and I both know that you got to have something a little bit more than your resume, than your qualifications, than your education, because you're dealing in spiritual things when it comes to leading the family. Like, bro, you got to have, like, your family knows more than anything who you really are. So all that stuff that works out there does not work in the home. And I find that a lot of men get frustrated because they feel like their wives don't respect them.
Right.
No, they just don't respect the kind of leadership that you are providing.
Yeah. So all right. So let's kind of maybe break it down and make it a little bit more clear.
Sure.
So what does good husband or male leadership look like, I don't know, on a Tuesday night in the home? Like, what does that look like? How does that show up? Because I think for some who are listening to this, it may still sound kind of ethereal, kind of, I don't know, philosophical, but like in a nuts and bolts way. If we were to be looking into a home on a Tuesday night, and that man, and he's got his shift together.
Yes, sir.
Like, what does that look like?
Yeah, he is. And I will say like this. I feel like spiritual leadership is less about, I describe it like this. Men are thermostats. Women are thermometers.
Thermometers, okay. Yeah.
So it's about an atmosphere of love that I create.
Yeah.
I don't reflect the temperature.
Yeah.
I set the temperature.
Set the temperature. Got
right?
it. Got it.
So what does that look like? Bro, I lead by washing them dishes.
Yeah.
I lead by asking how I can be of service.
Yeah.
I lead by helping with homework.
Yeah.
There's nothing, pretty much, Snell, that I won't do in order to make sure that my wife feels served.
Yeah. Gotcha.
When I look at Christ, Ephesians tells us in Ephesians chapter 5,
Come on now.
husbands
Yeah.
love. Well, let's just stop right there.
Yep.
Husbands love.
Love. Yeah.
That is, isn't it interesting that God calls a man
To love.
to love?
Yeah,
And
that's the
that
command.
doesn't come naturally for us. But he says to women, respect your husbands.
Yeah.
Men, we operate on respect. If you
Sure.
would have told me respect your wife,
Yeah.
I understand that.
Right, yeah.
But he's literally putting us at a disadvantage
Sure.
to lean to our own understanding.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
all I'm saying. Like, you got to have the Holy Ghost
Sure.
in order
Sure.
to lead your
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
And to lead in the details of life, which is service, serving. How do
Yeah.
I serve?
Yeah.
I give this example all the time. When we first got married, my wife used to do this thing, man. Where we would climb into bed at night, brother. You know, I'm just being real, man. I had one agenda. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't want anything standing in my way.
Nothing in
you
the
know what I'm
way.
saying?
Right.
And listen, the marriage bed is undefiled.
It is
brother.
undefiled. That's what the scripture
That's
says.
what the word says,
Amen.
brother.
Yeah.
And so I climb into the bed, and without fail, my wife would have this thing where as soon as we got into bed, she'd be like, "I'm thirsty." And I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm a good husband.
Yeah.
So I go downstairs, I
Yeah.
get her some water, and I bring it up. And then night number 2,
Yeah.
we climb up, we get into bed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm thirsty again. And this would happen over and over again. And so I just got to a point where got real frustrated. So one
Yeah.
time she asked me to get her some water. This is
Yeah.
early in marriage.
Right.
So I went down there and got the water. But bro, the way I did it, I
Yeah.
turned the lights on.
Yeah.
I threw the sheets
Yeah.
off, threw the covers off. I stomped down the stairs.
Yeah.
I was making noise. You know what I'm saying? I wanted her to feel the
Right.
fact that I didn't feel like I needed to do this. And
Yeah.
I gave her the water. You know what she said to me?
Yeah.
She was like, if you're going to give it to me like that,
Yeah.
I don't want it.
Don't want it. Yeah.
And what I started to realize, man,
Yeah.
is that my service to my wife had limitations.
Yeah.
It was transactional.
Transactional. Yeah. I got you.
I'm telling you,
Right.
If a man wants to test to see where he
Yeah.
really is with God, let me tell you what. When you're not getting the draws,
Yeah.
how are you serving
How are you
your wife?
serving your wife? Yeah.
When you're not getting what you want.
Yeah.
When the food
Yeah.
is not prepared.
Sure.
That's how I learned how to cook, Snell.
Yeah.
Because my wife was in school.
Hey.
And I come home looking around, trying to figure out where she gonna
Pastor
cook.
Edmonds, He's a tremendous cook out here.
I got real good. Yo, real talk. I'm at home all day.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
playing video games.
Yeah.
I'm with the kids.
Yeah.
My wife come in and she goes straight upstairs. And I'm like, what we doing?
Yeah.
Ain't no food. You ain't gonna make. We ain't
Right.
have these conversations. And I realized over time, she's tired.
Yeah.
I need to stand in the gap. But
Sure.
a lot of brothers are not looking to serve. They're looking to be served.
Be
But
served.
even if they're looking to serve,
Yeah.
it has limits. And
Yeah.
it's based on what am I going to get in return.
Sure.
And I'm saying if you're not willing to serve with nothing
Nothing.
in response, then you ain't on that next level of
Yeah.
what Christ called us to do.
Yeah.
Love as Christ loved the church.
Love as Christ loved the church. Isn't that amazing that he called us outside of our comfort zone?
Yes.
And I guess he literally postured us to where we have to be completely dependent upon him
100%.
to operate in that fashion and to be able to see the marriage peak or operate at its peak capacity. That's a pretty heavy idea. So one of the things I do want to ask real quick. So what does poor leadership look like? Like, do you feel like most men get their idea of leadership from the world, from what they see, how the boss moves and operates on the job? Like, what does poor leadership look like?
All right, man. Do you ever see somebody get a leadership position and it's like their first time getting a leadership position?
Yep.
What is their tendency? I was going to ask you, what's their tendency?
Is to operate out of a sense of position or authority.
That's right.
Yep.
It's like, I'm the boss.
I'm the boss. I'm here.
I'm here.
Yeah.
I tell you what to do, and then you sort of carry it out. But again, listen, poor leadership to me would be antithetical to what we see from Christ.
Yeah.
Christ does not urge.
Yeah.
Christ does not coerce.
Doesn't force. Yeah.
Christ does not force. He doesn't demand. He just loves us into a grateful response. And so
He loves us into a grateful response.
Yes.
So and it's funny because, we have this whole conversation about love your wives and wives submit. And one of the things I proffer, and let me know if you agree with that, I tell people that submission really should not be commanded. It actually should be the grateful response to, so that when a husband is loving, operating in the way that God intended, like, submission is just kind of like butter melting. It's just
100%.
It's just kind of the reaction. It's the response. So that when you see a woman who is, respecting her husband, advocating for him, bending over backwards to make sure that she can facilitate the vision. Like, this is not someone that just has a different DNA, a different source code, or just following commands. But she's just, as you said, she's a thermostat. She's just revealing thermometer. Excuse me. She's reflecting or revealing kind of the way he is or is not leading. Is that correct?
Yeah, I believe children and wives in general will tell you what the temperature is in the house.
Yeah.
And so, but most men don't measure leadership based on love.
Yeah.
Most men measure leadership based on power.
Yeah.
And so, again, I would encourage guys, you can just tell, like, what is the environment? This is more trite. But sometimes, man, I be seeing brothers, man.
Yeah.
They well dressed. They got on the latest sneakers.
Yeah.
Their car is nice and shiny.
Yeah.
They got all their hobbies. Everything is put together.
Yeah.
And then I'm seriously. And then you seen this, and you look at their wives. They look all homey.
Yeah. I have
the
seen
children
that.
got busted shoes on.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I'm like, what is it? What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like, to me,
the
evidence that I'm killing it as a husband is that my wife flourishes.
Yeah, correct.
That she does not look downcast and downtrodden.
Ooh, you talking.
That in my presence, I'm setting the atmosphere. And in my presence, she's growing. She's flourishing. She's coming to her own. The kids are flourishing.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm not God. I'm not saying I'm God.
She's beaming.
Yes, she's beaming. But the atmosphere ought to be set. And yes, I'm a reflector of the presence of God. I don't create that.
Yeah.
But I do reflect his image and his presence.
He's the sun, we're the moon. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And it's just, I see so much, there's a miasma sometimes over homes. And I can't make sense of it because I'm like, I'm seeing how successful you are out here.
Yeah.
But bro, they ain't telling me nothing.
Yeah.
To me, the measure of the type of dude you are is your family growing and prospering and developing and reaching higher standards. I mean, some brothers are insecure about their own wives' success.
Right. Yeah.
Some brothers can't handle their own wives getting shine just because they're into the false model.
Yeah.
So
Man, you said a mouthful, man. You got my head churning in so many different directions. So let me ask you this. As we're kind of talking through this idea of just kind of husbands being able to lead, what are some things you're seeing that are causing husbands to lose? Actually, let me step back before I ask that question. So you talked about men kind of operating under an authoritarian model. So there's a term I want to throw out, moral authority. how important is moral authority in terms of leading home, whether it's wife, children, so on and so forth?
And my assumption would be that when you talk about moral authority, you're talking about character.
Character, yeah. Because honestly, you can. I guess I'm assuming you can be well paid, well positioned in work, have a fairly nice home, respected outwardly. But if there is a character deficit, I'm assuming that that's going to show up and kind of harm the ability.
Man, let me just keep it real. Okay. That was me. So to me, I was as successful as you can get as a pastor. Reputation, all that stuff, influence, impact, helping other families, strengthening everybody else's marriage, giving good advice, great counsel. Saving relationships. But man, this is where the Superman out there, come home. No power. Clark Kent. And, it was a lack of moral authority that I had because the character was pretentious for the transaction of being liked and respected. But when I got home, bro, I didn't carry that weight. And so let me just be real. So I was upset because my wife started pulling away from me emotionally. And physically. Okay. And that's how you get brothers' attention. Let's just go ahead and be honest.
Is it?
Now we trying to figure out what's going on. And I started feeling rejected by her. And I'm like, and this was my logic. Man, I'm a good man out here.
Right.
People respect me. I'm helping other
people
families.
Notice it. They see
people notice it. They see it. I'm being affirmed for this.
And it's funny. It can be a trap in and of itself.
Yes, it is.
That dynamic of they're noticing, they're seeing, but
you're not seeing.
Yeah.
And so then I'm saying to myself, listen, I'm a good dude. How come you don't appreciate me? But if I was honest with myself, the same energy, I didn't keep the same energy at work that I did at home. Right. And it's amazing. Some of us, man, we desire to be respected and loved more by people who don't live in our house than by the people who do live in our house because we essentially take them for granted. And so my wife essentially, through her pulling away from me, started showing me that, man, I was not winning at home. I was winning other places.
So question, do you feel like that was an intentional drawing away, or was that just an incidental result?
It's a consequence.
It's a consequence, okay.
It's the flower that's not getting no sunshine.
You
know what I'm saying? It's the grass that ain't getting no water. Like, this is what's going to happen.
Y'all, this is so good. I love that the men are discussing what the difference is between being a leader and a boss, because, baby, there's a difference. So I'm glad that we're having this conversation. I hope that you will join us next week for an amazing panel discussion where men of all ages from different walks of life will discuss what men want. Ladies, make sure you tune in so that you can hear this incredible conversation. Now let's jump back into this episode.
Women, because women are built differently than us, and they need the emotional connection. When we start talking about sex and marriage, for men, you know what I'm saying, they say men are we're electric stoves. You know what I'm saying. You turn that boy on and they get hot. Right. And I don't know about you. When I grew up, you know what I'm saying,
we're microwaves.
We're microwaves. We're microwaves. No, I said that wrong. I'm sorry. Men are gas stoves.
Gas stoves.
Okay. When you turn
the flame
it on,
comes right on.
The flame just comes right on, brother. And they say women are electric stoves. They need to be warmed up. But let's be honest. We did not learn how to nurture emotions. How to
where would you get that from?
Where would we get that from?
That's true.
And so we're at the disadvantage that what I'm talking about in the relationship. And so learning. So this is what I want to say. So, like, how do I become irresistible as a husband? The first thing that a man needs to do to become irresistible, I'm telling y'all right now, be a student of your wife.
Okay. All right.
Get you a PhD in your wife. Okay. In her story.
Right.
In her struggles.
Okay.
In her anxieties. In her goals. In her dreams.
Okay.
What makes her happy? What rings her bell, if you will.
Gotcha.
A lot of brothers, we ain't dialed in like that because we are too busy wanting her to be dialed in with us. But it don't work that way. And that's how leadership looks, if you will.
I love
that's the kind of leadership
that's
that
how
I'm talking
leadership
about.
looks. All right. You crafted that well for us. No, and the reason I appreciate you kind of really referring to that as, okay, the withdrawing as the result or the consequence is because I think sometimes when we see that withdrawing, we feel that sting of rejection, and then we classify them as an enemy, then it becomes us versus them. And then there's this power struggle, there's this building of resentment, or even a seeking elsewhere because I'm being rejected here. But I think it's critical that you don't really see her as an enemy or someone who is against you, but to really take a posture of self-reflection. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And again, we talked about the woman in the previous podcast having empathy for the husband that doesn't know how to tap into his emotions,
Sure.
that may not be getting the help that he needs. And he pleaded with the women to say, hey, sometimes you got to see him as the 10-year-old boy.
Sure.
Who does not know how to do this,
Yeah.
and he's at a deficit. This is a major learning curve for him. I say the same thing for the brothers.
Yeah.
This sister is wounded. This sister is hurting.
Yeah.
You could be a straight up trigger for
Yeah.
her,
Wow.
or what her father was not in her life, or maybe whatever
Jesus.
she went through in previous relationships, and then we dare stand in opposition to her and see her as an enemy.
Yeah.
See, one of the things that grace and love and compassion should do is create empathy for your spouse, even when they're acting ugly.
Yeah. Wow.
Like, why are they this way? And so that's why I encourage brothers to be students of their wives and their blessings on the other side of that as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So in order to be a student, is it just observation? Is it creating quality time
Yes.
to spend with each other? How do you develop that modality of learning about your wife? Is there, kind of throw out some helps as to how you can kind of get there?
Yeah, I would say all of the above of what
Okay.
you said. Those are great examples. But brothers we're not ignorant to what it takes to learn stuff.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, we.
Listen, I'm trying to help somebody out here.
Brother, hey, listen. It depends on what we're interested in.
You're bowling right down our lane tonight.
I'm just
Doc.
going there,
It is
brother.
what it is.
It's
Yeah.
like it depends on what we're interested in. Our interests will drive our intentions
and our effort. Won't it?
and our effort
Yeah.
all day, every day.
Yeah.
They say where focus goes, energy flows.
Energy flows,
And
yeah.
so seeing her, I'll just be real. Some of us have a hard time even not objectifying our own spouses,
Yeah.
right? And seeing them as a tool for our happiness.
Yeah.
And that's why I know you teach this as well. We get away from this notion that she's there to make me happy.
Sure.
Bro,
Yeah.
we married.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
about holiness.
Yeah.
Like this
Yeah.
about character development.
Right. Yeah.
Like she ain't gonna do everything I want her to do or behave everything. Am I willing to live with this?
Yeah.
Do I have the grace and the compassion enough based on how Christ treats me to do the same? So my point is like the learning of her requires time. The learning of her requires education. I mean, how many brothers in your pastorate brought their wives to counseling?
Oh, that's
I'll count them on my hand.
I'm going to say it. I don't even know if it's point something out of 10.
Or plan the couples excursion.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Or stuff like that.
Correct.
And so I'm just saying, like, and I'm not trying to beat down on us as brothers. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, we step up and we love that talk of stepping up.
Yeah.
And, we expect it out of our athletes.
Yeah.
We'll sit there and watch the quarterback who
Right.
doesn't watch film and who's
He doesn't
throwing
watch-
interceptions.
Come on
the
now.
guy. What else he's not doing? He's not getting
Doc
up early.
is hot in here,
he's not
man.
getting early. He's not
Lord
the
have
first
mercy.
one there
Yeah.
and the last one to leave.
Yeah.
And we'll sit there on a Monday morning, man,
Yeah.
and be watching the various sports shows
Yeah.
and talk about what a piece of trash this guy is.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
wasting this opportunity.
Yeah.
He's got millions of
Dollars,
dollars, and he
yeah.
won't do anything with
Yeah.
it. And then you got a whole wife, bro, that you ain't watched no film.
Yeah.
Come on, somebody. Hey, listen, you late.
If
You
we
late
had
on both
if we
ends.
had an organ, Doc,
Yeah,
we
come on.
going to church right now. Come on now. Yeah.
true.
Watch
It's
no
like-
film, huh?
Yeah, but I'm saying
Hadn't been in the playbook.
Ain't
huh?
been in the playbook.
Ain't listening to the
Ain't
coach.
listening to the
Come
coach.
on now. Oh man. Lord.
They ain't read the scouting
Ain't
report.
read the scouting report. Come on now.
We
Yeah.
don't know strengths and weaknesses.
Don't
We
even,
know
he ain't
nothing.
even looking at the scoreboard.
He
huh?
ain't looking at the scoreboard. He just hoping he gonna win.
Yeah.
Bro, you can't win like that. And
Yeah.
the only reason I say this is because it's not like we're unfamiliar with what it takes in various areas of life. I listen
Yeah.
to brothers brag all the time about how they got where they are. And I'm here, man, because I was the first one at work and
Yeah.
I committed myself to study. And
Yeah.
I was, this in class and
Yeah.
in school and I
Yeah.
worked hard and But bro, you give the leftovers at home.
Leftovers, man. Bringing bringing Cain's offering to home is what it is. I mean,
because you want to bring it.
You
That's
want to
why.
bring it. Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
want no sacrifice, right? You want to bring what's easy. And again, so I mean, it really goes back to what we were saying before. In order for you to be, and this it's a framework I've created called the irresistible husband.
Yeah.
But in order for you to get there, bro, you gotta be a healed man. I did some research with some spouses that were part of our community, and there's also research that supports this. One of the, as I mentioned before, women are looking for security. One of the things that says that a man is providing security is when he comes across as safe.
Okay.
He is a safe person for my emotions.
Yeah.
He is a safe person for my flaws. He is a safe person for my good days, my bad days. Bro, let's be honest. I wasn't safe.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't even think about what's safe. I mean, no, but listen,
Right.
we got an alarm on the house.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'm toting some iron. I got some steel in the closet.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, how do I nurture? And so the emotional intelligence that many of us men need in order to be great husbands, we're missing out on. And I'll just be honest.
Yeah.
The first place that it shows is in the bedroom. There's a book. And I had to read this for my doctoral studies. And one of the things it says how you go about, seriously, it says how you go about making love to your wife. From start, for how you set it up, is a revelation of character.
Ooh. Okay.
How you respond when you don't get it is a revelation
It
of
all
character.
speaks to it. Yeah.
Yeah. There was a book some years ago, Sex Starts in the Kitchen. And so for most of us as men, we are fine being vulnerable physically.
Yeah. So where you can undress.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be completely.
Well, I don't know any
vulnerable.
brothers that have no issue with
Right.
that. But we don't know how to have the conversations and create the atmosphere and the environment in the home that makes that even possible.
Wow.
So there was some studies. I don't know how deep we can get, but there were some studies. I just want to
Roll with it.
how important we've got to dial into our emotions. So there was a study done, and the study said that the most sexually satisfied couples are couples in their late 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
Now I want to say that again.
Yeah.
The most sexually satisfied couples are couples in their 70s and 80s, which means they are not in their physical prime.
Yeah.
It's not about technique.
Because they finally developed all the right muscles.
Well, they develop the right muscles.
Yeah.
The intimacy, the conversation. There was even some studies that showed that of paraplegics and old folks who just their plumbing didn't work anymore could still experience orgasm through simply the blowing on their ear.
Yeah. Wow.
That kind of connection.
Listen, I wish you could see one of my cameramen right now.
but listen, cameraman is shook right now. Huh? Hey, but Snell, you smell what I'm cooking though?
I do.
But what
I
I'm
do.
saying is
110%.
we come into the relationship, and then if you're like me, where your sexual experiences were informed by trauma, I was molested as a kid, or pornography, you come in objectifying, and then you're transactional. And then when she's going through it, you don't know how quite to connect or what to say or how to create an atmosphere and environment where she feels safe.
Yeah.
These are things that, get the film out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think because I think there's an encouragement in what you're saying, because I think probably most people, I guess, like when you're 20, you kind of assume like maximum romantic intimacy will be in your 20s and 30s, and that it tapers off somewhere as you physically begin to change. But I think what I'm hearing you're saying is that when we begin to develop the right set of muscles, and we're all for going to the gym and taking care of bodies, so on and so forth. But if you're only kind of building outside, then you're going to be frustrated, angry, resentful, But I think what I'm hearing you saying is that there's just got to be a different connection, and that's what allows you to kind of have that ecstasy that doesn't have a lid or limitation. Is that right?
Yeah, and honestly, if the sexual experience is the pinnacle of your relationship, then that shows another flaw in the relationship.
Yeah.
So I love what Gary Thomas says in his book Cherish.
Yeah.
He says that we ought to get our highest joy from their highest joy.
From their highest joy. Yeah.
Whatever that may be.
Yep.
Right? In the bedroom, outside the bedroom.
Yeah.
But I get joy from seeing them happy.
Happy. Yeah.
Some of us have just not made that transition away from being so selfish
Yeah.
and self-centered that we don't know how to create the atmosphere where there is joy in the life of the spouse. And so that's work. But all I'm saying is this does not come naturally, Snell.
Yeah.
I didn't, bro.
Yeah.
Just because I can articulate it,
Yeah.
don't mean I got this thing figured out.
No, I get it.
It is
Yeah.
the effort and the labor that comes with being a husband.
It's the result of study. I mean,
It's
it's a study. It's a principle. You can articulate it, but
Absolutely.
living it is a whole different thing. But the one thing I guess I'm wondering is, I think what I'm hearing you saying, I think is really powerful, because I do think most men crave the desire and the respect and the affirmation of the wife. But I think maybe they just think it should be inherent in the fact that we're married. I don't know that they're assuming that, man, I've got to invest or so into that every day. I tell people all the time, I think like the most, popular girl in every high school, or at least public high school, it's the head cheerleader.
Yeah.
It's the one. It's not just the outfit, and maybe a part of it, but it's part of what she does. She's like, man, you can do it. Yes, you can. If you can't do it, nobody can. Like I think every man craves that to a certain extent, but I just think at a certain point we assume it's just supposed to be built in as opposed to being drawn out.
And this is why sexual rejection is a thing. And so I want to shift gears a little bit on this, because I think you've gotten us off on this exit, but we're still on the same road.
Yeah.
So sisters need to understand, and I want to affirm some of the brothers in here because things are changing.
Yeah.
Dr. Snell. I mean, there is woundedness happening from both sides.
Yeah.
People are weaponizing intimacy. They're weaponizing emotional availability.
Sure. Yeah.
There's a lot of manipulation happening in relationships. And I found, to your point about affirmation and acceptance, that the number one thing that a man wants from a woman is not sex.
Yeah.
He wants to be respected.
Respected, yeah.
He wants to be seen as
That's
a king.
the crave, yeah.
Watch this. Without having to constantly earn it. Now, let me tell you why I think that's fair.
Okay.
Because that's the gospel.
Yeah.
So, no, sex should not be by works.
Sure. Yeah.
Or
it's not something you deserve.
Yeah. Listen, the way that many men operate, now I have to be careful about overgeneralizing.
Yeah.
Is if you tell me I'm the man,
Yeah.
if you affirm me, because I've not been, if I'm a black man, I ain't never gotten this.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever told me they've been proud of me. My daddy didn't tell me he loved me. He
Yeah.
didn't have the capacity to do that. And then I live in a world that's constantly reinforcing that I'm a boy, that I'm nothing, I'm nobody. When I come home, I want my wife to be proud of me.
Yeah.
Regardless if I'm perfect.
Yeah.
And there are some sisters that will not release that because they're afraid that they might.
It'll make him arrogant.
It'll make him arrogant.
Yeah.
I've heard.
Yeah.
I remember one
I've
wife
seen that.
saying, "I don't want your head to get big."
Yep.
No.
I've seen it. Yep.
Big my head up.
Yeah. Blow it up.
I
Yeah.
need that
Inflate
from
it.
you. Tell me I'm great. Where am I going to hear that from?
Correct.
And
Yeah.
so I think it's also fair to say there are a lot of brothers out here who need their wives to affirm their humanity and their greatness, whether they've reached it or not.
Yeah.
You got the power to get me there if you would simply acknowledge and affirm my greatness. And so sometimes, and I know you've seen this. I've experienced this even in my own marriage. And my wife and I have gone through this to where it's like, honey, the house don't always got to be completely clean. Money don't always have to be right in the bank account.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like everything don't need to be in order.
Perfect. Yeah.
You're like I'm not perfect. But do you accept me as I am?
As I am. Yeah. I think everybody wants that.
Yes.
So we're having this conversation about leadership.
Yeah.
And we've been talking primarily in the context of marriage. Let's just say there's a single woman who's watching tonight and she's dating, she's engaging. What is she looking at, or what says to her, this man would be a good leader for this home? I can align myself with this vision. Like how, I don't even know if some people even know what to look for. What is she looking at? What says to her, what she calls the light to go off to say, man, that he could be a good leader. That's somebody I can ride with right there.
Snell,
Yeah.
I've thought about this question and have been asked this question many
Have
times.
you been asked it a lot? Okay.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right. Yeah.
People want to know what's the thing that says, and I will say it's different. I don't want to be dogmatic here, but I will tell you something that I think is almost foolproof.
Yeah. And I'm not asking for a
No.
formula
I
that
have
you
one
can
thing.
tweet. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
What, especially now, I'm just saying
Yeah.
now, people are marrying later. women they already have their finances in order. They have jobs now.
Yeah.
It's just a different world.
It
right?
is.
No, a lot of people are not marrying for financial security.
Sure.
Or
Yeah.
looking for somebody to
Yeah.
take care of them financially.
Yeah.
But can he take care of me emotionally comes to the fore now more
Yeah.
so than ever before because
Sure.
people got their own stuff.
Sure, yeah.
Right?
I mean, for 50 years, you go to, in some ways, and it's not across, you go to college to meet your wife. I mean, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, yeah. And most people are it's happening after college.
After, yeah.
I would want to know what kind of work is this brother doing on the emotional side to grow as a man.
Okay.
And it doesn't always necessarily is he in therapy. Does he
Yep.
have mentors?
Yep.
What's his relationship like with his mama? Like, look at how we got a test. We got a test. We got a test tube
Yeah.
on this already.
Sure.
What are the relationships like around him? You can't just look at a guy and date him once or twice
In a vacuum.
In a vacuum.
Or a silo, yeah.
What are the relationships like in his life? To me, sometimes, and I'm not saying in every case, but a lot of times I've come across situations. I was just talking with somebody the other day, and the brother, he was talking about the sisters. She ain't talk to her mom. She don't talk to her sisters.
Right.
I'm like, to me, that's well, you got to look at that. We got to look at that there.
Right.
Or maybe on the guy's side, he has some serious mama trauma.
Yeah.
Right. Or he's got issues. How is he treating the people that are closest to him?
Right.
Interview these folks. Be
Yeah.
around them. See
Yeah.
what his relationships are like.
Yep.
Too often though, Snell. And
No,
we're
it's funny
getting nuanced.
because my wife did that. She kind of reached out to
She
you.
did reach out to me.
before we even got serious.
And I'm
serious.
assuming that
Yeah.
I'm not the only person she reached out
Yeah,
to.
that's
She
it.
did it the right way. Shout out to Gianna. Shout out
she
Gianna.
sure did, yeah.
Y'all need to listen with it.
Yeah.
Watch whatever she's talking about. Y'all
Yeah,
need
yeah.
to listen to it. But I mean, to me,
Yeah.
that's her doing the research to see what are his relationships like because he's been practicing.
Yeah.
He ain't just gonna switch up when he get to me.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What are his
Yeah.
relationships like? That I think is the fatal flaw that a lot of people are falling into because they think as they're grown now. Here's where things are shifting. Most people are more grown now.
Yeah.
If I can even say that, that's not correct
Yeah.
English. But they're more grown now than ever before. They got
Sure.
their own things, their own stuff, their own crib.
Yeah.
So they don't feel like they need to. That's the second point.
Yeah.
They don't feel like they need to talk to anybody,
yeah.
about this decision.
Yeah.
So they're making the decisions in isolation.
Yeah. Ooh.
So before we even get to what his character is
Gotcha.
like,
Yeah.
like, does this brother have mentor? There are 5 relationships I feel like every man needs to have in his life.
Okay.
And I will tell a woman if she can find that he has at least 3 or 4 of these,
Yeah.
it's a good sign.
Gotcha.
Number 1, he needs a mentor or a father figure.
Gotcha. All
Right?
right.
Who's pouring into him? Because if he's leading your home and
Yeah.
he's the only one that got wisdom
Yeah.
and he's doing it just based on the
Yeah.
4 corners of his
Yeah.
brain,
Yeah.
that's a problem. Number
Yeah.
2, does he have friends? Friends of equal,
Yeah.
a community of brothers.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Then number 3, is he pouring
Not just yes men.
not yes men.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Does he? And then number 3, is he pouring into anybody else?
Yeah.
Is he seen as a mentor
Sure.
and a leader by others?
Yeah.
Number 4, is he a part of a accountability system or
Yeah.
community?
Gotcha.
Where men can speak into his life. They don't have to be his best friends.
Yeah.
But is he willing to invest in that? Last but not least, he need a therapist.
Yes.
Listen, especially if he's over 25, 30 and he ain't married yet, I
Yeah.
promise you, he's going to be bringing some baggage that's 30 years old into this relationship,
Wow.
and vice versa with the ladies as well.
Yeah.
So is he in a healing, modality
Yeah.
to help him to deal with some of the stuff he's dealing with? Yeah.
Whew, man, good Google Moogle, as we would
It's a
say
lot.
back in the day.
No,
Yeah.
who then can be saved? Like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
standard,
yeah.
the standard
Yeah,
is
yeah.
high.
Hey, no.
But at least in the
the end of
courtship, they can encourage these things.
Sure,
Right.
yeah.
And see how he responds to it. If he's against these things
Yeah.
and he's against healing, he's against counsel,
Yeah.
don't marry him.
Well, no, listen.
Don't marry her.
I think this is epic because I think, we're looking at the wrong metrics, how tall he is or what he makes or, where did he graduate. I mean, and I'm not saying these things have no place, but they just may not be the things that create lasting connection, joy, or meaningful relationship. And so that's why we wanted you to kind of really lay it out. And I'm sure people are really appreciating and having great value for the things that you share. And I think all of those things are actually reasonable things. I just think that we've just kind of gotten so used to the pathology that it feels like a high standard when the truth is what you're laying out, that's not the ceiling. It ought to be the floor.
Yeah,
and that'll
that's
be
fair.
kind of
That's
really where
fair.
you're starting. Man, what you shared with us was powerful tonight, man. We again appreciate you for taking time out of a very busy schedule with what you do there in Atlanta and with your many travels. But as we wrap, so again, as we kind of come back to that idea of leadership, if you could just kind of maybe just kind of look at our camera, share with the brothers, just kind of maybe one thing that creates a leadership surplus and maybe, kind of something that maybe men do unconsciously that's creating a leadership subtraction?
Yeah, I want to go here. There are a lot of you brothers. Here's what you need to get. Leadership is totally about relationships and people, right? We're just not leading things. And I know you want to win at that, bro. Bro, I don't know many brothers out there that just wake up one day and say, you know what, man, I want to destroy my marriage. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a guy that ghosts women and perpetually cheats.
Yeah.
That I want to be addicted to bad relationships and going from one toxic relationship to the other. I don't know any brothers that want to lose the respect of their spouse and the respect of their children. That's not you. You wouldn't even be watching this right now if you wanted to fail at relationships. But understand that leadership is winning at relationships. And if you want to win at relationships, brother, just as Pastor Snell and I were saying, bro, I want you to just think sports. Are you the quarterback that is invested in your success? Are you the player that's invested in taking care of his body, his mind, his spirit? Are you willing to be a student? Are you willing to grow and learn? Let me encourage you to do this. I want to create an opportunity for you to start healing from the inside out so that you can be the thermostat and set the atmosphere where change can happen, growth can happen, not just for others, but for you. So listen, I have this opportunity that I want to give you right now where you can meet with myself and my team to help create a system for you so you can start winning in what matters. Just simply go to our website, www.mensbreakthroughchallenge.com. And listen, all we want to do is create the framework. Your quarterback needs a system. Your quarterback needs a coach.
Yeah.
Do you have those things?
Need a coach.
Can we help you put together the system that's going to help you to win in what matters? The answer is yes. All you got to do is just say, I'm going to make the decision. Just go to the website, www.mensbreakthroughchallenge.com. And we want to help you experience breakthrough.
Listen, man, thank you so much, man. Listen, it's not, I guess, for me to say, because we're peers and friends, but man, I am absolutely proud of what the Lord is using you to do and the movement that is spreading. There's some men in our church that participate, and we've admonished to be a part of the circle, and the fruit that is being born out of their lives is impacting them presently and unto eternity. And so we want to encourage people, if again, brothers and sisters, families, you know, God has given us a resource, through this ministry that's being built. And I'm going to encourage you to participate. We thank you so much, man, for hanging out here with us, man. And again, as we begin this new launch here at the King's Table, God is the King, man, but he invites all of our sons and all of us as sons and daughters to come in and share and participate. Listen, we know that this, man, was a transformative conversation. I got blessed just sitting here listening to it. I know that you did there at home. So if you appreciate what was shared, go ahead in the chat, man. Just show Dr. Edmunds some love and just kind of affirm the things that have been blessing to you, that have maybe challenged you and kind of pushed you and stretched you in a different direction. And then I need you to do one more thing. Go ahead, man, and just send the link to 2, 3, 5, 10 other people that they would be nourished and blessed and instructed as well. So again, that's it, man. We're going to call it a wrap for tonight. Thank you for joining us at the King's Table. I want to encourage you to join us again on next week, as I'm going to be joined by Dr. Edmunds and a panel of brothers. And we're going to be answering the question, what do men want? You may think that you know, but I believe that as we talk to a very diverse group of men of all ages and walks of life, that you're going to get some things that are going to help you, bless you, and just kind of help things make sense as you go along the way. So, brothers, we look forward to seeing you next week right here at the Weekend Exhale, but specifically as we sit together at the King's Table.
family, thank you so much for watching The King's Table tonight. We want you to make sure that you like, share this episode, and subscribe to our Breath of Life TV channel, where we have all types of content for children, for men, for women, for families. So make sure that you don't miss a thing. We'll see you next time.